Hey everyone, and welcome to the Redmen TV. Yes, it is post-game show here, and yeah, that was just absolutely bonkers, wasn't it? I'm Ste Hoare. Thanks very much for joining us. This is the fan reaction show where you can have your say on all things Tottenham Hotspur 3, Liverpool Football Club 6. Absolutely outrageous result that sees Liverpool be top of the Premier League table at Christmas by 4 points, and they have a game in hand as well. It was just an absolute bonkers game. I actually think for the first 40 odd minutes just before Tottenham's goal actually was the best Liverpool have played for a long time. In the end, it becomes a little bit chaotic, as Tottenham games often do, but it shouldn't take away actually from how outstanding Liverpool were. I want you guys to get involved now, whether you're in our Discord, whether you're in the YouTube chat, if you've been over to our social channels as well. Get involved and have your say on what was an absolutely, just crazy game. Right, Fit Bora says, hi there, my second favourite bald man. I think that's fair enough. I think I think he's even all my family's favourite bald man at the minute. So I can completely understand why I'm the second. I'll take second. There's some great baldies about, so thanks very much, mate. Thanks for joining us. Right then, I mean, yeah. Psycho says, absolutely insane football game it was. Top tier from Salah. The defence was dodgy, but it is what it is, up the Reds. And it's interesting, because for that I actually thought there were times where if you look at the individual performances from the defenders, they were all pretty good. They defended pretty well. But yeah, listen, if you can see 3 goals, obviously there will be inquests about it. I'm sure there will be. The first goal comes from Allister having a little bit of a poor touch and then a little bit of a slip. The second goal, I think actually it's pretty good football by Tottenham, and Kulusevski finishes. The third goal, unnecessary, and it's a header and a tap. And I thought for the most part Liverpool defended quite well, and yet they can see the 3 goals. It's crazy, but you're right. The fact that the attackers are so good, and that's what, fantastic. The manager goes with his Diaz up front. He puts Salah and Gakpo either side, and it worked. Obviously, Liverpool scored 6, and it could have been 9, 10 easy. Some big opportunities that they left on the table. So, yeah, it's weird to say Liverpool looked dodgy defence. I didn't think they did, and that's the mad thing. They conceded 3, and yet I walk away thinking I thought Van Dijk played well. I thought Joe Gomez had a really good game. Yeah, just crazy. Just absolutely crazy. Yeah, and Lee agrees. Joe Gomez was amazing. Yeah, I completely agree. And like I say, yet we can see the 3 goals. It's Tottenham. They are absolutely balmy. Tottenham are absolutely crazy, and we just have to kind of accept that that's what they are. Right. Hassan says Mo Salah rules. Mo Salah does rule, and he is now Liverpool's 4th highest goal scorer of all time. He went level with Billy Little, and then he overtook Billy Little very, very quickly after. So yeah, Liverpool's Mohamed Salah, now the 4th highest scorer in the club's history. He's the first player in Premier League history to have 10 goals, more than 10 goals and 10 assists before Christmas in a Premier League season, which is just a joke. Thierry Henry once did 20 and 20. Mo Salah's on course to smash that to smithereens. You're right to mention him. He's just on another level. In fact, Chris, can you bring my laptop up? There you go. In honour of Mo Salah as well, we've just released our latest t-shirt, the Egyptian King tee, in association with the wonderful Abby Rudkin, artist extraordinaire. She basically painted Mo Salah's Kenning Off celebration on the advertising boards. It's available as a t-shirt now, so if you want to go to Redmen merch and get that, celebrate an unbelievable achievement from Mo Salah, that is available for you. And yeah, it's wonderful work from Abby. She is the absolute best. So get yourselves involved over there. If you want to get yourself a late Christmas treat, treat yourself. Maybe you're getting some money or whatever, get yourselves involved over that one. He is just remarkable. He's a numbers machine. He's the most influential and probably best player on the planet at this moment in time. Just what a wonderful, wonderful player he is. It's worth mentioning it wasn't just him. You've also got Luis Diaz, who was equally as good, playing centre forward. I'll hold my hands up, and this is why I am the board man just sat here and not on the bench at Tottenham. I was worried, thinking I would have played the centre forward, a proper, with all due respect, centre forward, and Luis Diaz scores 2 wonderful goals, 2 amazing finishes as well. So hold my hands up, that meme. That's wrong. I'll take it, and I'm absolutely fine to do that. I thought he was fan-dabby doozy. Reese says Dom was with a Z. I don't mind that, Reese. I don't mind that. Outstanding. I agree, and I thought Szoboszlai, I mentioned before the game in the build-up show, Liverpool are going to want him to press on those third-man runs. The energy is what you need to beat Tottenham. They're relentless. They just don't stop, but they leave space. They take chances. And Szoboszlai more than delivered. You know, those third-man runs, Liverpool at times, look when they score all the goals, look how many players Liverpool have got in the box. You know, both midfielders get goals today, both 10s, and it's because they're just making bombing runs into the box. Szoboszlai on another day could have had a hat-trick as well. He's really unlucky. Thought he was fantastic. Thought he was absolutely fantastic. He had a wonderful game. Right. I'm going to do it again. Mad Dog, nice name. He says Joe Gomez played properly in the first half. I got reminded about our great centre back from it a few years ago, Joe Gomez. Me and Chris watched the game together actually in the other studio, and there were times we both were like pairing about how good Joe Gomez was. Because Trent Alexander-Arnold was running the game at times, but what that means is there's going to be space in behind him. Someone's going to need to cover. Again, you know, Son's fast, simple as that. And yet there was a couple of foot races, and Joe Gomez, he wasn't really even in top gear, sprinting back. I agree. I thought it was fantastic from Joe Gomez. Thought he was unbelievable. And when I do the player ranking show at the board later on, I'm sure Joe Gomez, despite conceding 3 goals, but definitely get a high rating. I thought he was wonderful. You'll never walk alone, 691 says Luis Diaz was unplayable. He was everything that you want. He really was. He was dropping deep, he was picking things up, he was laying things off. The header is wonderful. I know that the cross from Trent, you know, almost comes with a message of saying, please score me, the ball is that good. But the way, you know, the neck muscles and the ability to, you know, guide it into the corner was ridiculous. He then obviously later on, when he's playing left wing, very late on, he scores again from the other side as well, making that run across the box. Just wonderful. Yeah, he was outstanding. You know, him and Salah, you could split hairs, who was your man of the match for me. And you could even throw Szoboszlai into that mix as well. I probably would have actually thrown Joe Gomez and Trent into it at one point, but when you can see 3 goals, it's hard to give a defender that. But he was. Diaz was obviously the right call in hindsight. I was wondering Jota or Nunes, but the manager went Diaz, and you can't blame him. He was outrageous. He was absolutely fantastic. Who else have we got here today? Jack Lloyd, sign all 3 contracts now. Yeah, why do these lads want to leave? Why haven't they signed it now? They should walk back into the dressing room and go, give me that contract, I'm staying here, because this is unbelievable. We're the favourites to win this competition right now. We're top of the Champions League with games to spare. You know, we're into a semi-final of a cup. Why the fuck do you want to leave now? Like, they should all just walk in and just sign the contracts. They've all been offered one from what we're led to believe. Go in, get the pen out and just do it right now. Give us all a Christmas bonus, because this is outrageous. Like, you know, Arne Slot's over a good team. We know Liverpool were a good team. We knew that already. But he's done an amazing job. I think we all feared a dip, a drop-off with Jurgen Klopp leaving. Of course you do. Every time we've seen an iconic manager leave a football club, it's always come with teething problems all the time. You know, Wenger leaving Arsenal, Ferguson, of course, leaving Manchester United. The list goes on. In recent times, Premier League times, there's always been a drop-off. At Liverpool, that hasn't always been the case. We all remember, of course, you know, Shankly into Paisley and that kind of stuff. But Premier League era, this tends not to happen. It's an unbelievable start from Arne Slot. Why does anyone want to leave this? Absolutely. Get them all signed up. Get it boxed off, lads. And yeah, get yourselves involved in this, because this is special. We are a special football team and a special football club at this moment in time. Thanks very much from Hawks. He says, Jota back, Harvey back, Szoboszlai hitting top form. We just need Ibu and Connor to return, and maybe Chiesa to build on his fitness. And we're looking strong for the second half of the season. Merry Christmas, Reds. Yeah, listen, Liverpool's squad is nearly there, hopefully. It didn't look like there was any issues today. You never know how people pull up, but you are right. And Chiesa, by the way, isn't even injured. It was the manager's decision, by all accounts, not to have him on the bench. He had too many forward options, he felt, and not enough midfield or defenders, given the injuries. And that's why the manager went with, you know, Trey and Yoni, just in case he maybe had to use Endo in a defensive role. So yeah, Liverpool are getting close to it. And when you come through an injury period, it's worth saying, when you come through an injury period, winning, and then players come back, it gives you such a boost, because those players in theory haven't got, they should be fitter once they're fit and they get their legs under them, they haven't got the minutes in those legs, and they may be able to help you out and give you that little bit of an energy boost. And Liverpool are certainly getting that now, with the forwards coming back in and Harvey coming back in. The players look fresh, they look rested. Trent, after an injury layoff, coming back in, looks pretty good, Nick, as well. So, same for Andy Robertson, who had a little bit of a layoff, of course, partly due to his own fault, of course, getting suspended. I think Liverpool are starting to get players ticking back over and over. It's fantastic. You are right, Hawks. Yeah, long may this continue. Liverpool are in a really good position now. It's a 3-horse race at the top of the Premier League title between Liverpool, Arsenal and Chelsea. Arsenal, I think, obviously played a fantastic game. They lost their best player to an injury. We'll find out how that pans out in the future. With all due respect to Bukayo Saka, he's got history of being all right after not being all right. And yet we saw Chelsea today they didn't look the freshest, considering they haven't had too many midweek exertions given their rotated team. So yeah, you're right to say Liverpool are in very good nick. Ling says, is Joe Gomez the last player left over from the Brendan Rodgers regime? He did well today. Yes. I think he might be the only player who survived, got there, who was there before Jurgen came and was there when he left. I think I'm right in saying that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was the case. So yeah, he is, and he did. He played fantastic today. You're absolutely right. I thought he had a really strong game. Right, let's find out who else we've got in here. Yeah, Song's 4K. Gomez and Trent were very good. They were rolling back the years. Yeah, I've waxed lyrical about Joe Gomez before. I thought Trent, named the best passes and crosses of a ball in Premier League history, and that was what Trent pulled off today. The names spring to mind: De Bruyne, Beckham, Steven Gerrard. The list, that tier of performance. Some of those passes from Alexander-Arnold today, the one early to Salah, I think he probably would have been offside if that would have been given. That was outrageous. The cross to Diaz is an absolute joke. It's unbelievable. Some of the range of passing and the vision, and then he actually defended pretty well as well. It was an unreal performance from Trent. He reminded everybody actually after. Listen, I thought he was really poor against Fulham. That was more like the real Trent Alexander-Arnold. Like I say, he's clearly fitter. He's had he had 45 minutes in midweek just to get more minutes under his legs and get himself back into maybe a little bit of fitness. They were playing against 10 at Fulham, and I think he was the one they targeted. But yeah, today was that was the best version of Trent. When Trent plays like that, you can see why he might be demanding 300, 400, whatever, £1,000 a week. When he plays like he does against Fulham, you kind of like, I'm not sure about that. But yeah, he was wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Haven't Jota Clue, nice name, says that genuinely could have been 10. Yeah, sometimes you say that and you sit there going, we could have battered them by 10. But actually, if you can't, Liverpool scored 6 and they have big chances to score more. Szoboszlai, when he goes around the goal, he's unlucky. The header's unlucky. Salah had 5 shots on target, I think, or there or thereabouts before the goal early on. So yeah, honestly, that could have been 7, 8, 9, 10, and it wouldn't have flattered Liverpool. Fraser's forced, the save that he makes, for example, from Trent Alexander-Arnold, he makes some big saves. Does Fraser force that? You're right, it really could have been a lot more than the 6 we got. Kegsy said, how good was Kulusevski? Yeah, he's a good player. He was. I thought all game and pre-game he would be the challenge, and so he was. He was great. Benja, nice name, says Maka is in a great moment. He's doing, he's playing good, putting in good performances this season. Yeah, he got a bit unlucky, didn't he, with their goal, McAllister, and he slips. And listen, not to tell Liverpool fans about how costly slips can be. It was a bit of a poor first touch, if truth be told. But over the night, yeah, there was times when he wins the ball back, countless times really, and they looked like they were going to be fouls until they weren't fouls, if that makes sense. Like he was just nipping in at the right time. Obviously scores a goal. But and if you watch the run he makes, there's a great, on the camera I'll be watching obviously on Sky, there was a great almost like bird's eye view of the goal, and as soon as the ball comes towards the back post, he runs straight into the space, just hoping for something, whether it's a knockdown or a rebound off the goalie or something. And it's no surprise then, therefore, that when the ball does come back, Szoboszlai does well to keep it alive and maybe hits Jed Spence, I'm not sure. McAllister's, he earns the goal by making the run. The same can be said as well for Dominic Szoboszlai. By making the runs and getting themselves in the box, Liverpool scored goals. Salah, with his tapping, was the exact same. That was the thing that impressed me the most, of just the relentlessness. Liverpool have 4 or 5 in the box all the time. It was almost like, I'm watching the first goal now, Liverpool got 3 in there. It was almost like disrespectful to Tottenham, like, we don't think you can stop us. And it was right. Tottenham, a very makeshift back four, a sub-goalie whose confidence is obviously a little bit shaky. He nearly gave Liverpool a goal very early on. Liverpool basically disrespected Tottenham, and we're just going to pile men into this box and you're not going to be able to deal with it. And, for 5 or 6 times, they were proved right. Right then, let's get back into the comments. Quadbod says, stay. What a way to go into Christmas. We are winning this league. I hope you're right. We are the big favourites at this point. You're right to say that. And yeah, you're right. What a way to go in. It's reminiscent. I know it was a little bit different because it was Boxing Day. But when there was a little bit of pressure building and maybe rivals and Liverpool maybe slipping up or games in hand, because remember Liverpool had been away to the Club World Cup and then they played Leicester and then just smacked them around the King Power, and everyone was like, wow. This performance, especially, up to 5-1 really, felt similar to me. It felt like a real statement of intent, and it does. You've got to be confident in this. If you're not confident in this lot, then who are you ever going to be confident against? Adam in the Discord, Salah now has 6 goals and 6 assists against the big 6 this season. Yeah, he is the big game player, Mo Salah. He's an absolute joke. I think it's 2 goals and 2 assists today, isn't it? He's an absolute numbers machine. Yeah, he didn't score against Forest though, says Miles. Yeah, that's true. Did they score against Bournemouth? Can't remember, probably, because I know they're up there at this moment in time as well. Swapnil says, when's Konate back? We need to get back to having more clean sheets. Yeah, you say that, pal, right? But I thought, again, I go back to it, Gomez did really well. I think to be fair to Tottenham, they capitalised on a mistake, and it's a really good finish by James Maddison, and he scored 2 pretty good goals. Liverpool, I see your point, but also I'm not sure even Konate could have stopped both of them. I don't know, but you are right. It'd be nice to get him back if nothing else. But again, I'm going to credit Tottenham. They've got good attackers and they scored a couple of good goals. Like I say, the first one, Trent's watching here actually now. Trent plays the pass in. McAllister's got the time and the space. He just takes a bit of a loose touch, kind of chases it, slips, and then before you know it, they're in. So it's one of them, really. I thought, again, I go back to it, I thought Gomez had a pretty good game. Jack, good question. Thoughts on Robbo's performance? I did say before the game I would have played... if Tsimikas was fully fit, I would have picked him, and I did say that. I thought Robbo was excellent today. Kulusevski, I know he gets the goal, but I don't think Robbo does too much wrong. For the most time, Robbo, even if he didn't stop him, he held him up a little bit. I thought Robertson was good. I thought he had a good game overall. I think it's the counter-attack goal. Is it Szoboszlai's goal or Salah's goal? I can't remember. You have to apologise now. Where it comes from Andy Robbo winning a tackle. And it looked like Tottenham were going to be in. I think it was Salah's. I might be wrong now. Where it looked like Tottenham were going to be in, and all of a sudden Robbo wins the ball. We're away, and before we know it, it's gone from maybe being 3-2 to 4-1 in a blink of an eye. I thought Robbo had a good game. I thought he had a pretty good game. Right, back into the chat then. Jams boxing chat, nice name, pal. Hope you're well. What do you think is behind Gravenberch's form this season? He's like a new man. Is it on a slot, or is he just settled at Liverpool? Today wasn't his best, but he's been immense. I actually thought he was really good. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Maybe he's always had this. Listen, you don't get signed by Bayern Munich and Liverpool unless you're a good player. That just doesn't happen. So he's obviously clearly talented. I think what's happened is they found a role that suits him, and he's really suited to it. Jurgen Klopp didn't see him in this role. What Jurgen Klopp wanted from, I'm trying to think, his number 6 was different maybe than what Arne Slot wants. I bet if you sit there asking Jurgen now, he probably regrets not doing it at times. There were games when Liverpool really struggled in that position. McAllister for a while, Enzo, a bit of Curtis. Obviously, maybe Gravenberch was there all along. I don't know. I think he's just a good player. This system really suits him. And listen, it's a little bit of luck as well. Sometimes you need a little bit of luck. Liverpool tried to sign a number 6 in the summer, and he probably would be playing if they'd have signed him. I remember Arnold saying, we didn't really have anyone to play that role in pre-season, given, Zubimendi didn't happen, and the players who were away after international duty, we needed someone to play number 6. We give it to Gravenberch, and he was like, oh, okay, so that's a nice surprise. And before you know it, this is what happens sometimes. The best laid plans and all that doesn't always work. But that's what, and also what else is down to is that he deserves it himself. He's working hard, he's playing well, he's keeping himself fit, and he's making good decisions. So credit to everybody involved, really, if truth be told. Nice message from Ho. Nice name. I love the jumper, Steve. Thank you very much, pal. In your opinion, do you think Mo breaks Henry's 20 goals, 20 assists record this season? Yes. You'd have to think so, wouldn't you? What's he on now? Let me just double check the numbers. Is it 15 and 11 or 14 and 11? I'll have to double check what he's on already. But given that we're only just about halfway through the season, if he can stay fit, fingers crossed he can do that, then absolutely. What's interesting, I think I'm right in saying Arsenal didn't win the league when Thierry Henry did it. I think it was 2003. I think they came second to United. So this season, Salah, league goals, 15 league goals, 11 assists. Mo Salah's going to score more than 5 league goals this season. Touch wood. Can he get 9 assists in what remains of, 22 games? You'd like to think so. So yes, I would be shocked if he didn't. Again, touch wood, only like an injury or something mad happening would stop him from doing that. He's going to score the goals. He'll definitely get past 20. The assist thing, like I say, we'll put it one way, he's made this season 16 Premier League games he's featured in. He's got 11 assists. So I'm not a mathematician. I think 25 and 25 is more realistic, on the table for this point. Can Salah, if he plays 22 games, get another 14 assists? Absolutely. Can he score another, 10 goals? Absolutely. So I think 25 and 25 is definitely on the table for Mo Salah this season. I think, again, provided touch wood, he can stay fit. He always scores. He's just a numbers machine. He's a joke. We've had a super chat in. Thank you very much to David LFC 96. Hope you're well, Dave. Simply class all around. Gomez was so good, and Dom with a very solid game. Happy Christmas, Steve. Happy Christmas to you, Dave. Yeah, what a way to go into the festive period with 3 points, top of the league, 4 points clear, game in hand, top of the Champions League, semi-finals of the League Cup. It's all going Liverpool's way so far. It's an unbelievable start to the season. You can't even say start anymore. We're midway through the thing. It is just an unbelievable season that Liverpool are having. And you're right, Gomez, I agree, mate, and Szoboszlai, two unsung sometimes heroes, and both of them played very, very well indeed. Yeah, it's going fan-dabby-dozy. Steve Tomlinson's got to piss on me chips. We've been top of Christmas 7 times and only won it once. Calm down. No, I will not calm down. We don't have to calm down, Steve. The players need to stay focused and all. We don't play the games. We're supporters. We're allowed to get carried away. Let us get carried away. We're allowed to. The footballers, they just focus on the next game. They can get home, recover, focus on Leicester. We don't need to do that. We're allowed to support. We're allowed to dream. We're fine. Let us crack on. Don't be a Grinch. It's Christmas. Cheer up. It's great. It's wonderful. In fact, it's better than great. It's wonderful. Couldn't be going much better, if truth be told. Yeah, we're great. We're fantastic. Like, smile. It's Christmas, Stevie. It's Christmas. Have a good time with it, pal. Have a good time. Who else do we have in this little chat then before we start wrapping up to go over to the board? We got Imposter Coglu and Ruben Interim won't make it to the end of the season. Nice names, have a jot. Yeah, listen, the Imposter Coglu thing, right? I'll talk Tottenham for a minute. I'll try and get my head around this. I understand his philosophy and I understand what he wants to do, and he has certainly got the attacking players to do what he wants to do. His defenders, especially at this moment in time, are crap. And that's a massive issue. So you've got two options when you're in that boat. You try and win a team by blasting, win 4-3, or you do something to help protect that back four. There's different ways to skin a cat. I think the most effective way is to probably do the latter and try and protect the makeshift back four and then just play it and then hope that your strikers can score the goals that bail them out. I think Liverpool did a little bit of that in midweek at Southampton. A makeshift back four, just do them a favour with the style of play you play and then hope that your good players can score goals on the break. Postecoglou sees it differently. He's going to do his thing his way. I said this earlier to Chris, there are very few stadiums in the world where you can say before a game, you're going to concede 3 today and you still think you're probably going to win the game. And I promise you that would be me today. If someone would have said to me at 29 minutes past 4 just before kick-off, you're going to concede 3 goals today, I still would have backed us to win. Because they were always going to concede goals, concede chances. It's just the way they are. They're a box of frogs football team, and especially they're like that with their best team. So when they're missing players, it's even more. I find it strange. I hear the Tottenham fans singing and getting behind them. And listen, I'm not going to tell anybody how to support their football club. You Spurs fans, but naive would be the way I'd describe that. What are you expecting to happen when you play like that with that back four? I just don't understand. That's the only thing that can happen. If you give Liverpool space to run in behind you and space in midfield, that's what's going to happen all the time. You're banking on your goalie having the performance of a lifetime and Liverpool strikers being out of nick. Neither happened. So I don't get it. I don't get why he's done that. But listen, that's his way, and it's his way or the highway, isn't it? And it's going to be his way until it works or he gets sacked, and that's where we're going to be. Jack Lloyd, do you think we'll win the league? Stay, honest opinion. Yeah, why not? I think we will. Again, the seasons can change. It only takes an injury or something mad to happen, and all of a sudden you're like, I don't know about that. Can this Liverpool team sustain losing a few different players? I don't know. Maybe not. But at this moment in time, if the answer to that question is no, I don't know what this team and this manager can do to make you think otherwise. Is my guess. So at this moment in time, yes, I would say I would think so. Fingers crossed. Anyway, I'd like that to be the case. I must admit to that one. Right then, I'm going to start in a moment wrapping up. So if anyone's got any final comments, please do get them in now, because I will be making my way over to the board shortly for the player ranking show. Was each Liverpool player in the game? Were they boss? Were they sound? Or are you messing? So we'll be doing that in a moment. Tamim, should we give Mo Salah a contract? Yes, of course we should. Yes, now. Do it now. They already have. They've already offered them one. But yeah, get him, keep him signed. Jack, Denver are Chelsea our biggest threat this season? I still think it's Arsenal, but Chelsea are certainly a threat at this moment in time. Kegsy, yeah, it looked like Van Dijk was injured for a minute here. Part in mouth time, we could struggle without him. Yeah, potentially, I think you may be right. I think Kanate and Gomez could get Liverpool through a few games, but if it was a long-term thing, you wouldn't be happy with it. So yeah, again, I think you're not miles off that one thing. I think that's right. Abdu says Mo looked finished against Crystal Palace, Everton, Man United and Atalanta last season. What do you think he's done to turn it around? I think he's got fit, is what's happened. Mo Salah went to AFCON, got injured, come back, played, got injured, rushed back to try and help Liverpool finish off Jurgen's miracle season. He wanted to be part of hopefully winning a quadruple, and it didn't quite pan out, and I think he was knackered, and I think he wasn't 100% fit. When Mo Salah, this is what fit Mo Salah looks like. Mo Salah starts seasons all the time like this. Remember, back last season, Mo Salah was brilliant. The numbers weren't this good, of course, but he was still excellent. I think he got fit and he stays fit, mate. This is how good he is. Mo Salah is a all-time Premier League legend, Liverpool legend, whatever you want to call it. His level is just, it's outrageous. I still see fans of other teams, comparing Eden Hazard, Bukayo Saka, and all these other players, and they're excellent players. They're really good players, and Mo Salah is on another level to them. This is what he is. He's outrageous. So he belongs in the conversations with the great players of the modern era. Never mind that conversation. He's closer to the top conversation than that next tier. When he's fit, this is what he does. He's outrageous, and I think this team at this moment in time is suited to him. There's been a lot of criticism about Liverpool centre forwards and who's doing what and they don't score enough. This team is built to get the ball out wide to Mohamed Salah, to create or to score goals. He's not asked to run as much as he used to. You know, he doesn't really have to sprint back all the time, get backwards and forwards. The team is built around Mohamed Salah, and it's the right thing to do. Liverpool aren't going to have a 25-goal centre-forward with this. They're just not. The goals are going to come from Mo Salah and whoever's on the other wing. That's where the goals are probably going to come from. The team is rightly set up to feed Mohamed Salah, and it's working an absolute treat. Let's see. Abu says, do you think he'll end his time in the league as the best ever player, beating Henry? I think he has to stay for a couple more years and win a couple more. I think he's closer to that conversation than the other conversation I was having before, put it one way. You know, he's going to be really high up in the goal scoring charts. But listen, Thierry Henry, I still think is the greatest ever Premier League player. Can Mo Salah top that? It'd be a tough ask. But there's if he signs for 3 more years and Liverpool can win a couple more titles and he can score 25 goals a season, I think he'll put his name in the conversation. Let's just put it that way. He's just on another planet. Yeah, and like Swappill says, there's no AFCON this year as well. That'll help for sure. Right then, going to start wrapping up this version of the show. That is your reactions to Liverpool's 6-3 win. Yeah, bananas when you think about it. Liverpool's 6-3 win at Tottenham. Do go and check out, like I say, redmenmerch.com. Go and get yourselves one of those new Mo Salah t-shirts, expertly crafted by the wonderful Abigail Rudskin. I'll be back very, very shortly with the player ranking show. I'll see you all there.